Welcome to Weddings 505, a bride's TV connection to the 505 area. My name is Giselle and I'm your host. Okay, so you've got the gown, the limo, the flowers, everything ready and set to go. But wait, one last detail. Who's going to perform the ceremony? You need a wedding officiant. So today here we have with us Linda Mertz with awakenedweddings.com. One of the most sought-after wedding officiants in the Albuquerque, New Mexico area. Hello, Linda. How are you today?
I'm doing great. It's great to be here.
Good. So let's start off by telling our audience, what exactly does a wedding officiant do?
Basically, the wedding officiant performs the ceremony and does the very important legal thing at the end of the ceremony, signs the marriage license saying, yes, indeed, a marriage has taken place. It can be your pastor, it can be a minister, or it can even be a judge.
So does that mean that I would have to get married in a church? Or what if I wanted a home wedding or an outdoor wedding?
Well, unlike a pastor or a priest who usually has to do a ceremony in their own church, a wedding officiant can do your ceremony just about anywhere. Sandia Peak, your own backyard, or a hotel or resort.
That sounds great. How convenient. Yeah. So what are some of the ways that you work with the couples?
The first thing that I do is chat with the couple a little bit to learn if they're looking for a more traditional ceremony or something more contemporary. Then what I usually do is explain the ceremony to them, the flow of it, because even though we've all been to weddings, it's a different story when you're walking down the aisle yourself. Then we talk about different ways that they can personalize their ceremony. For example, they can write their own vows, or they can have special readings, and they can have these extra special ceremonies within the ceremony, such as a unity candle lighting.
Well, that sounds great to personalize your wedding. So we've got a lot of options. What else can an officiant do?
One of the really great things that your officiant can help you with is directing the rehearsal. You know, a lot of couples these days are planning their own weddings, and it's pretty easy for a bride and a groom to go out and get the caterer and the photographer and the baker to bake the cake and the limousine driver and the florist. When it comes to the ceremony, however, they need somebody experienced in weddings and in running ceremonies to help them out. When you have a wedding officiant direct your ceremony, it gives everybody an opportunity to see exactly what they need to do on the wedding day. And this means that it's going to be a much more relaxed day at your wedding.
That sounds great. Now, what about getting a marriage license, and do you have to take a blood test here in New Mexico?
No blood test required in New Mexico. It's very easy to get married here. You'll need $25 in cash, a couple of forms of ID, usually Social Security card and a picture ID, and you go down to your local county clerk's office and they'll issue a license. Very important. You need to bring that license to the wedding ceremony because the officiant needs to sign it as well as the bride and groom and two witnesses.
That's very helpful advice. Thank you very much. So in closing, is there anything else that you'd like to add?
Two quick things. One, practice walking with your dress on and with your shoes. Managing a long train and a long dress and high heels, it's a bit of a challenge. And the second thing is, on your wedding day, go in slow motion. You want to savor every moment of this very special day in your life. It's going to be over way too quickly.
That's very true. Well, thank you very much for being with us today, Linda. Thank you for tuning in. This is Giselle, your host with Weddings 505.